Alright, what's up you guys? Welcome to episode 3 of the Shark Archives, and today we're going to be looking at the official Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3's Fighters Companion, which basically covers Sega Saturn, Super Nintendo, and Sega Genesis. Controls and special moves for certain characters in the game. Now, last episode we talked about the PlayStation 2 magazine for Mortal Kombat's Deception. In episode 1 we covered G.I. Joe Toy Fair magazine, and this one is a very special magazine in my collection. This whole playlist will basically cover strategy guides, magazines, and toy catalogs from Toys R Us and KB Toys, and video game stuff as well. So this is a very nostalgic piece for me in my collection because you guys know that I love Mortal Kombat. So the way I came to purchasing this is that it was sometime in the 90s, and I remember this clearly. I went to a store in the mall called Walden Books, if you guys don't really remember that store. It was basically the store that contained comics, mostly books. It's basically your version of Barnes & Noble, but, you know, it had your kids section, your, you know, regular books, and then your comics and stuff. But there was a specific place in the corner of Walden Books that contained video game related stuff, and I remember I stumbled upon the Mortal Kombat 3 Fighters Companion, and because it was also 50% off, my father said, okay, I'll buy it for you. And there's a reason why I bought it, not simply because, you know, I had the game and I'm a huge SEGA Genesis fan, but at the same time, Mortal Kombat was not only just my beloved franchise that, you know, was very dark and edgy and mysterious in terms of all the ninjas and whatever you can do, but the thing I really loved about it is that this contains basically characters and artwork that I was always drawing as a kid. And we'll get into that in just a little bit, but like I mentioned before, as an artist, as a kid, you know, I love drawing, so the fact that the illustrations in here were just really awesome to look at. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and look. So I remember, you know, seeing this right on the shelf. I picked it up, and of course it's seen the light of day. It's really beaten up because I brought this to school. I brought this everywhere. I read it on car rides. It's ripped, so bear with me. But here, now I know that Mortal Kombat, I think one of the games had more characters than Ultimate, or I believe Ultimate had the more characters. I'm not sure. I forgot. I'm losing my memory here. But we have all these characters to go through, the classic Mortal Kombat characters that we all know and love. And of course, we can see some exclusives of like Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis only. So, you know, we have bosses and secret codes, which was exciting. So again, I love the whole concept that it's like purple and, you know, skulls and stuff, which going back to the cover, we can see the logo there and all the skulls and stuff. So this is what I loved about Mortal Kombat, just this dark, gritty, mysterious character depths and everything. So like I said, this book has seen the light of day. It's destroyed, so I'm not going to get too detailed into this, but it basically gives you an introduction of what Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate had to offer in terms of its storyline and character moves, and of course, you know, codes for the intro and stuff like that. And of course, I'm not going to get too deep into the characters because we're going to go through all of them pretty short and quickly, but again, more combos and attacks and stuff and basic controls. So, moving forward, of course, we have the words of Raiden. We have the Mortal Kombat selection screen right there, which is really awesome. Loved seeing all these classic characters, ninjas, human characters, whatever, cybernetic initiatives. Freaking badass. So yeah, I think the other game contained Motaro and Shao Kahn, and I don't know, so I think Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate wasn't the superior. I'm not sure, I'm really losing my memory here, but freaking awesome classic Raiden artwork. Gotta love that. And of course, more storytelling of what you can expect in the game, and some little clips, or I can say some images from the actual game, Rain versus Noob Saibot. So this is the cool part, is that all the characters were like, you didn't know too much about them. A lot of them were new in Mortal Kombat. So, and we're diving more into the rumors. So this is a cool part. It tells you about the rumors of what Mortal Kombat is. And this is the thing about these Mortal Kombat games, is that, you know, you can put up these codes, you can look up stuff on the internet at the time, and or do all this crazy shit and try to find like secret stuff, and that's what I really, really loved about it, and that's what they really did. So the fact that they have a glossary, really cool. So here we go, going into basics of all the moves. Again, character selection screen up there on top. So again, looking pretty cool. Low punch, high punch, character stuff, which is standard. How to do uppercuts. So like I said, this is more like a strategy guide of like just how to you know, fight your opponent, how to memorize moves for Sega Saturn, Super Nintendo, and Sega Genesis. So that's pretty cool. How to do special things like babality, friendships, animalities, special codes, which was freaking great. I'm very unlocking so many different secrets, and of course they had the 10 symbols, which you can kind of play around with. Brutality. We have how to do the fatalities and the levels, lava pits, subways. Freaking, this contains everything. We have the fighting screen right there. So here's the codes. Basically, you can tap whatever the hell you want, and sometimes it can unlock a secret code of something, which is, geez, I mean, think about it. You have all the symbols here, and again, you can just create some type of new code, which is, I think there's a plethora of so much stuff to unlock. So that's the secret of Mortal Kombat. So here we have Sonya Blade. We have her bio. We have her artwork, and that is but other than that, the outfit looks really, really cool. Love the lime green pants. Very classy. And of course, more, you know, gives you more in-depth about what you can expect. Tells you who her enemies are, which is really cool. So, you know, like I said, it gives you weaknesses and just all this cool in-depth background to these characters, and gives you a better idea of how you can fight your characters, how you can play as them, how to do special combos and special moves. So that's freaking awesome. So every character is going to have this, so we're not going to dive too deep into it, but here we have Cyrax, and a cool robot added to the game, aka Mustard, originally part of the Ling Kuei. We have his foes right there. Who is his foes? Shiva, Liu Kang, Sub-Zero, Nightwolf. So, you know, when you're playing these games, you can kind of look at this and be like, oh, Cyrax, huh? So I want to play as Liu Kang because that's his enemy. So, again, just looking at all these helicopter moves, self-destruction, you know, different combos and stuff, and that's beautiful. Jade, my favorite female Mortal Kombat character. Absolutely love her. She's awesome. Really cool artwork right there. Then we have more of the same usual stuff there. We have her moves. And then we have Jax, who, I don't know, I wasn't really a fan of this artwork. His neck was just way too long. Kind of weird. But the muscles, definition, the pants. I remember how many times I would draw this guy in my sketchbook. Really, really cool. And then we got Jax's moves there. Not bad. Cabal, a very, very underrated character, but pretty cool nonetheless. His weakness. Let's see here. We have the one and only Liu Kang. That's awesome. Love this version of Liu Kang. Very classy. Cool straps on the legs. Very muscled. Love that headband. The best character in the Mortal Kombat franchise, of course. You can do his dragon moves and all that crazy shit. Kano, not in his traditional white outfit from the first game, but this one, the black and red, was very iconic for the red dragon or black dragon. Really, really cool. Let's see here. Katana. Again, the thing loved about Mortal Kombat is that they just basically use the same designs, just color swapped, changed skin colors for the ninjas and female ninjas. So, the artwork is really, really awesome for this. Amazing. And of course, more moves and stuff. Kung Lao, my favorite, one of my favorite Mortal Kombat characters. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of his orange gold pants. I really loved his teal pants in the orange color, but this is fine for what it is. But again, the hat, the design for Kung Lao is pretty cool. Nice shin guards and boots and stuff. So his weakness, teleporting, and of course it talks about Mortal Kombat 2, which is awesome. More moves. which is cool. So yeah, I'm not really a fan of his color choice in this game, but whatever. We have Nightwolf. Not bad. Nothing really, you know, don't really have much to say about him. He's alright. Nightwolf's moves. We have, ooh, my favorite ninja. One of my favorite ninjas, but technically my #1 favorite ninja, Reptile. I love the stance of these ninjas. I love the grid patterns on their gi. I love the designs, how it just curves down here into the knees, the little chin plates right there. Freaking amazing. I loved this design. Face looks awesome. Now every ninja is gonna look the same as this, just a different color swap, but nonetheless, Reptile has always been my favorite character, and the fact that you can unlock him or, you know, bonus in Mortal Kombat 1, that's just, yeah, I don't know, very insane. So of course, again, Scorpion in the yellow, but of course they changed his mask with the white eyes. You know, talking about his bio right there, talking about Outworld and stuff. More moves. We have Ketchup, aka Sector, part of the Lin Kuei initiative. Really awesome design right there. Dope. Basically same as Cyrax, just red. We have Shiva, pretty cool looking character, who is basically the female Kintaro, Goro, and all that jazz. She was a really cool character. Now, I do have a memory of this, which is ripped right here. So I remember I was in elementary school. I brought this to the playground and I was reading it, and one of these girls was like, oh, I know Mortal Kombat, and she asked if she can see the book because Shiva was her favorite character. And I remember it was windy and we were on the playground, and she takes the book and she tries to flip the page, and next thing you know, she ripped it all the way right onto the top, and I screamed so loud. And I yelled at her, and I was so upset. I was so sad. And I remember I came home, and I told my mom, I was like, oh, she ripped my book, blah, blah, blah. And then my mom just took tape, and then I remember she, not very well, but could have been a lot closer. But nonetheless, at least the upside is I saved the ripped piece. Otherwise, as a kid, you would probably lose it. But nonetheless, that's a very cool story to share. Don't care. Sindel. Awesome female character. Not really much to say about her, but it is what it is. Alright, keep going. We have Smoke. Really cool. Basically same as Sector and Cyrax, just purple and grayish. So nothing more there. Curtis Striker. Really cool. Not really my favorite characters. Unnecessarily added, but cool SWAT team police officer kind of guy. His moves and stuff turns into a dinosaur. That's weird. We got Sub-Zero. Awesome. This is the other Sub-Zero, basically the younger brother of the original Sub-Zero, because he has a scar on his left eye. Different designs, of course, for this guy because he's unmasked, but really cool nonetheless. Obviously, as a kid, you kind of wondered why there's 2 Sub-Zeros in the game, but it really does make a difference. We have Shang Tsung. Not really much to say about him. He's cool, but again, not really much my favorite. Let's see here. We have Ermac. That's awesome. The red ninja. Different pose, but really cool. Love Ermac. They could have, I mean, later now in the games they changed his eye color to red, but that's cool. Let's see who else we have. We have Melina. Really cool. Same as Kitana, just in the, you know, violet, pink, purple outfit. Magenta, whatever the hell you want to call it. Not magenta. But yeah, it's cool. So sometimes you kind of, I think these foes don't really make sense, but because, you know, nowadays everyone has like their actual foe, but these were just whatever. So here we have Classic Smoke, so I'm not going to dive into it, but, you know, gives you the, what basically happens to Classic Smoke as, he does have a lot of storylines with the robot Smoke, so, you know, again, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but the fact that they added him in there, bonus artwork, really, really cool. Kind of give you that gray ninja. You know, talking more about him. And then we have Classic Sub-Zero. Freaking awesome. The original Sub-Zero from the first game and second game, I believe. So that's cool. Again, same as all the other ninjas. Loved this design. More moves. We have my other favorite after Reptile, Rain, the purple ninja. Freaking, I love Rain. He's very, very awesome. The reason why is because he has a cool storyline with Kitana, Prince of Edenia, in Armageddon. You kind of see his backstory of how he plays a very pivotal character to Argus and Delia. Really awesome. And then, of course, you know, in Mortal Kombat, I guess, what was it, Defenders of the Realm, he had a really three-way love triangle with Kitana and Liu Kang, so that was really cool. Again, so he deserves more credit than what he's known for. He's a very badass character. I love this guy. Noob Saibot. Now, this was a very interesting character because in the games, you can see he's just an all-black silhouette. No really shape or form there, but the cool part is, I don't want to really spoil it for those who don't really know much about Mortal Kombat, but he does tie in with the classic Sub-Zero, so that will give you like an idea. And of course, you know, again, I don't want to dive too deep into it, but to see like an all-black version, which I find funny because in Mortal Kombat Annihilation, he comes out of Ermac. That was the stupidest thing they could have ever done. Idiots. But nonetheless, a really cool Noob Saibot. And the fact is they kind of gave him just blackened the whole outfit, which is really cool, so don't want to dive too deep into that. Now we're going into the bosses. We have Motaro, the Centaur, which is really, really cool. A very nice addition to the game, nonetheless. I mean, it's unfortunate that the games nowadays take away the legs because freaking Ed Boon said they can't, I don't know, code these extra legs in there. So, I don't know, this is the only game that actually has all 4 legs. But he was definitely a menace. Look at all that. Really, really cool. Love the little metal piece. And of course, the Storm Collectibles version. Really badass. Very hard boss nonetheless. Kind of pisses you off at times, but pretty cool. Shao Kahn, of course. Shao Kahn, you can't really complain about this guy. He's pretty self-explanatory. Let's see here. And that's basically it. So there's no Goro or Kintaro, which was unfortunate. But so here we have the secret codes, like I mentioned before, in the Versus screen. You can basically, you know, mix and match symbols to unlock something very cool. So of course there's plenty of different codes that you can memorize to do. You want to fight Shao Kahn. You want to fight Smoke, player 2 with half energy. But the thing is that they give you like probably like 20 seconds to do it, so you really have to memorize like how to do this. And crazy to think about like the possibilities of what to do. See, look, it just keeps going and going. As a kid, you wouldn't give a shit, but now it's like, man, that's cool. Look at that, silent combat. Whatever, I don't even know what half of this stuff is. Really cool. Look at that, even more codes. That's crazy. There's these for Super Nintendo and Sega Saturn codes. And more stuff like that. And of course, different Mortal Kombats and other game titles for whatever numbers to call UPCs and price. $8, $10, $13. Hold on. The Mortal Kombat 3 Official Fighters Kompanion cost $10. Oh, I definitely have to get that then, don't I? We got more ripped edges right there, unfortunately. And then here we have Okay, we have the card game. So, coming in January 1996 to a hobby or software store near you. Brady Games. Cool, man. Very nostalgic for sure. And that basically concludes the official Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 Fighter's Companion, the strategy for all combatants. So, again, I didn't know that they actually had the Fighter's Companion for 2 and 3, so I might have to look into that. But nonetheless, very nostalgic for me, going into the mall in the 90s, going into Walden Books, finding it on the shelf, buying it, drawing the characters, reading about the characters, loving the lore of Mortal Kombat. This has always been what Mortal Kombat is to me and forever will be, so I always miss this style of Mortal Kombat. Unfortunately, it's changed drastically to what it is now, and that's very unfortunate. So, thank you guys all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Shark Archives. Make sure you're subscribed and like this video. And stay tuned for more episodes, as I'm going to be diving deep into my nostalgia of strategy guides, visuals, and toy catalogs, and of course, you know, just different magazines and stuff throughout my childhood that I've collected. So again, thanks for watching. Be sure to give a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys all